Oh, well. Anyway, I just wanted to just come in and chat with you all today. I hope all is doing well on this Thursday. Um, that everybody is safely home today. My work schedule was canceled due to the hazardous weather outside, snow and ice and rain, wherever, and people are slipping and sliding all over the place. I don't know if anybody's in the chat right now, but I just thought I'd just come and talk with you guys. I'm a little bored here at home. I'm still cooking dinner. The oven light is on, but my kitchen light is off, unfortunately, because I think it's just so much better. I don't want all of that going on in the background. I just wanted to just be focused here with you all. Um, what I wanted to chat about today is first, let's start with the love talk. Okay, this been the Valentine's weekend past last week, and last week we were having a discussion in the office about what is the appropriate age for a woman to want to get married. Considering it, I would say when they get in their 20s or maybe late teens or whatever, they working on that goal to become a wife and a mother. I say wife first and a mother because I don't want to encourage anybody's young daughter out there to settle down when they're real, real young to anybody, regardless to whatever the age is. I think they still need to develop more and find out more about who they are before they make that lifetime commitment, because it is a lifetime commitment when you want to settle to be a wife and a mother. It is a lifetime commitment. It's a whole lot of things you got to learn about men. You do. And I'm talking from experience, so it is what it is. I'm talking from experience. I'm just trying to, kick some wisdom out there to somebody and to help somebody out that, is considering wanting to get married and have a family, start a family. I did it when I was very, very young. Didn't have a clue of what I was putting myself into. And that decision was on my own. My mom did tell me and everything that it wasn't the time now to do all of that. She wanted me to continue my education and to continue to go on with my goals. But I thought I fell in love and wanted to elope and do what I did. And it's been an experience. I have no regrets because I mean, what I went through is a blessing for someone else. That's the way I look at it now, but back then I didn't see it that way. But as I grew older, I consider it, I look at it in a different lens of the choices that I made in my youth. Moving on. So we was having this discussion, and one of the young ladies on my job it was Valentine's, so one of the guards on my job, female on my job, she received some flowers from her boo. And I said, "Oh, that's so beautiful. They're so beautiful." And I think that this man is going to propose to you to be his wife. She says, "You think so?" I said, "I will see, we'll see." And thank him, share that news with me on Monday because Valentine's this year fell on a Sunday. So Friday was like Valentine's week, started the Valentine's weekend thing. So, anyway, so one of the young ladies on my job, 21 years old, was like, "Oh, I hope my man proposed to me for this Valentine's. We've been together since high school." I said, "Sweetheart, hold on, hold on, hold on." I was like, "Sweetheart, you're only 21 years old, and that wouldn't be a good choice right now. That's not a good, that's not good for you to be 21 and want to get settled. And even though her boyfriend is young, he's a couple of years old. He's like 23. She's 21, 2 years old, I would say." And I said, "No, I think you need to wait around, and I think you need to do a little bit more shopping on the market." Meaning that you need to get a little bit more experience with men before you make that decision, because 21 and 22 years, a male 22 and a female 21 years old, she really doesn't really have an understanding of who she is right now. And a man at 22 still wants to go out there and have fun. So you don't want to get caught up in drama with other females. and you don't want to really like make him frustrated with you and get bored with you and be angry with you later on in life, that you holding him back. You know what I'm saying, trying to trap him. So the best thing for you to do right now, like, still explore and with your other options out there. And there's nothing wrong with that. Travel, hang out with your girlfriends, may go out and, party a little bit. I ain't talking about become a drug addict. I'm not trying to tell you to become a whore or a prostitute or anything else like that. Use men for a living and that be your thing. You be, no, 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 no. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just have fun as a young lady. Young minds run free. Don't get caught up like my man and me. It was a song out like that before. Young hearts run free, never get caught up like my man and me. you know, I'm just saying, just young hearts run free, never get caught up like my man and me. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I would never encourage anybody's young daughter to go out there and settle for less. My thing is settle for more of yourself. Get your career, make your money, have fun, explore, travel, do all those wonderful things in life. Don't get settled so quickly. The best age I would say for a young woman, if she is considering wanting to raise a wanting to get married and raise a family, I would say 30. It used to be a show that used to come on a long time ago called 30 something. And a lot of people thought 30 was too old. No, 30 is not old at all. 30 is not old at all. And we living in a different time now because women got more options than when we look back in the time when things were done biblically, old biblical times when women didn't really have a freedom of choice. They were sold off to be with a wealthy older man or arranged in a marriage. That wasn't their choice. It was just arranged, or they were either sold off to somebody that was a lot older, because at that time they looked for women to have that security and protection. The father would sell the daughter off, give a cow and a few coins or whatever, a mule or whatever. We saw that in the movie Color Purple when Celie was sold off to be with this man and raise his family and take care for him and his children, and she was being abused, and she just took what was ever there for her. She just had to accept it because that's all only option she really had. But her sister was a totally different person. Her sister had a little bit more of herself to give, because her sister wasn't abused the way Celie was. Her sister was not tortured, because what Celie went through as far as like being sexually raped and impregnated by her stepfather, her being the oldest daughter and everything, and that man took advantage of this young girl when she was young that was married to her mother. Celie didn't have any other choices, okay? Even though her mother knew that she wasn't out there with anybody, and her mother knew it had to happen by the stepfather, and the mother died of a heartbreak and heartache of what her daughter was going through. If you really follow the story, and if you read the book about The Color Purple by Alice Walker, when you read the book, you get more details of her story than you would watching the movie, because the movie edited a lot of stuff, but the book gives you more in details of what Celie been through as a young girl, 11 and 10, 12, or whatever years old, that her stepfather was raping her, and she got pregnant, and she had the son, and the stepfather sold the baby off to a family, a woman that was barren and couldn't have children, and the father was selling the kids off and everything. But the sister saw all this that was happening, took care of her sister, saw it. She felt something wasn't right. She made sure she nurtured her sister and loved her sister and whatever. And then when he got her out of the way, then he tried to, next he was going after the younger sister, but the younger sister already saw it, so she already escaped. So Celie went through what she went through for her sister. if you look at the movie. There was a brother as well they had, but it was her and her sister her sister Nettie. I'm sorry, Nettie. Okay, but I'm just sharing this with you because these are the choices women had when they were arranged to be married at a young age, or they were ruined and was forced to be married because no younger guy or whatever would take on that responsibility. So they were married off to a man who had a lot of property and land, and he already had a family, and maybe his wife passed away, or his wife was too ill to care for him or care for the household or the children or anything, or she was aged out, whatever. So this is what had happened to women back then, young girls back then that were, I would say, sharecroppers' daughters, coal miners' daughters. If you look at the story of Loretta Lynn and everything, why these things happen. If you even look at the story of Priscilla Presley. And the reason I'm bringing this story up is because these people practice these things until this day. People that's in, people that live in poverty line, I will say, in families that are poor and uneducated people, they still practice these things. They still will try to sell their children off for profit and wealth and whatever it is. They do it in Africa. They do it all over the world, in China. And I met people in life that had been in that situation, but my marriage wasn't arranged. It wasn't nothing like that. When I got very, very young, it was my choice. It was just a choice that I thought was right for me at the time, and I made that choice. So, and I don't really have any regrets, because what I went through is what I'm here to share with you today. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to tell no young girl out there not to get married, not to have a family. But we was just talking about what would be the right age for a young woman to want to settle down, and for a young man, and make sure he has some future goals. Make sure he has some kind of way of he's planning a future. He's going to have um, wealth, good health, and he, most of all, that he has a life, a spirituality, and he has a life with God. Not one of those cults. I'm not saying being a cult or controlling type of thing, but he has a relationship with God first and most of all. People say, "Oh, well, everybody can't be religious and everything," but if you want to go ahead and be with somebody that don't have a relationship with the Lord, then you go right ahead and catch all that hell. But I'm just saying, make sure he has the right, and learn his family, learn about his traditions or whatever. If you want to put yourself, you want to settle your life with anybody. I'm just putting that out there. And the reason I put that out there is not because everybody that's screaming, Lord, 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 is a good Christian and really follow real Christian values. That's not true. Some people just ignorant. They read the Bible and they use it for their own selfish or self-gain or reasons to pimp the word or to manipulate and do all kind of things. But I'm just saying, a real Christian man who has a true understanding. I believe my ex-husband did have some sort of a value and a relationship with the Lord, but then there was some things about him, because of his culture and everything that was in him, that he felt that he had that advantage over me, and that he was going to take control over my head and do this, that, and the other. But when I started developing, I was like, no, this ain't going to happen. No, I'm out of here. You do you, boo. And, I moved him on. Let him go marry somebody from your culture that's going to relate to that and can understand that. But I'm not from that culture. So I woke up and I said, the hell with this. I'm out. And I'm not knocking any of the, my Nigerian brothers or people from, African culture or whatever. I'm not knocking you for what you do. That's just not who we are. We ain't hoes, and we ain't going to be submissive to some of the things that you bring to us. I mean, some of us now. Some of us don't care. We just, I don't know what that message is all about. But anyway, some people just don't care. They just want to have a man. Some men don't care. They just want a woman. All right, like moving on. Let's just chat. Let's just chat. I can't really see you in the chat, but if you're here, welcome to the chat. Welcome to my live. Hit that like button. I am trying to reach 1,000 subscribers so I can do more with you on YouTube. Right now, my numbers are still very low. So if you are in the chat or if you do come across this video, please hit the like button and view my video. If you come across it to view it or whatever, just please hit the like button. Okay, I am trying to reach a number of getting my stuff out there so I can build my channel up and do a lot more here with you on YouTube. But right now I can't, due to the fact that my numbers are very, very low. And I need your support and I need your help. And I really, truly, in advance, appreciate it. In advance. So I just want to just talk about things like that, morals, values. Of course, these things do surround topics on Robert Sylvester Kelly. And it also has a lot to do with your educational level too. Even though Robert Sylvester Kelly he's a talented brother. He's a talented brother. He's gifted with music and arts and all that great stuff. I was just watching his video the other day with him stepping in the name of love, and I love that song. I love the words. He's so gifted. Oh God, Jesus, I love this guy. I love Robert Sylvester Kelly. I really do. He's just a genius at what he do, and I don't care what the world say about him. I love him. I love him. Like, he's a man. He's an anointed man. All that great gift. He didn't go to college or anything, but things just come to him in spirit, and he just moves. Whatever the spirit puts on him, he just moves in the spirit, and I just love him for that. And people that's hating on him is just, well, you can't get everybody to like you. People hating on me, and I'm nobody. People hating on me. Some people don't even want me dead. They cussing me out on YouTube and leaving derogatory statements to me and everything just because they don't like Robert Sylvester Kelly, and I do. So, you don't like Robert Sylvester Kelly, you shouldn't even be stopping here. You should be just keep it moving. If you know this is a platform for him, why you won't even leave a comment? I just keep it moving. It's funny that people do stuff like that, and that just tells you who they are. Just miserable and unhappy. You don't like Robert Sylvester Kelly. You're not an R. Kelly supporter, so why do you even come on his platforms? Why do you even be a nuisance? Just keep it moving. My gosh. All that just trying to get people to just get popping off at you and just start some radical stuff. And I'm pretty sure the people that's doing it, well, it could be older people, but I'm pretty sure it's more young. They don't know. They just heard rumors. They run with anything the world just feeds to them. They just take it and they flow with it because they have no spirituality. They have no foundation. They are being programmed and controlled by social media and by media, period. By government or whatever. They just be in control. When you have a relationship with God, you will find your own mind. Nobody controls it but God. And when he talks to you, you know who he is and you know how to move when he say move. But when you out here in the world and you just listening to gossip and rumors and running with that stuff, then you just messed up, I don't even pay you because you ain't going to be here very long. You just going to just go with anything, and then this world don't give a damn about you and going to just take you out of here. You just die in your miseries. That's the way I look. So while you're here, you want to live right. You want to do right by other human beings so you could be here for a minute, for a while. The reason they dying so young because they just doing anything and everything out there with taking no kind of control of themselves. They just out here just being just any messy person. Yeah, because I'm just talking about like me growing up and everything. I still think some churches should be traditional. I really truly believe that. If people come into church and dressed in a certain fashion and they got messed up out there, they messed up in the world, I think the church should try to help them. And if they don't want to be helped, if they don't want to help themselves, then I think the church should just like, hey, you come as you are, but don't stay where you at. You know what I'm saying? Don't stay where you at. And people say, oh God, looking at you. He's looking at your heart to change. He's looking at your heart to change. That's when you get called into coming to Christ. You're looking for that change in yourself. You're looking to clean up your life and try to walk right. and try to live right. But if you want to come and stay where you at, then you ain't really accepting God. You want to control. You want to make God a liar. That's all I got to say. You just want to make God a liar. And people who want to run with the world and do the worldly things, I don't follow certain ministries out there. I don't mess with no Jamal Bryant. I speak of him because he's one of the pastors that came forward with the Savage family and sat on the platform with them, talking about their young daughter being with Robert Sylvester Kelly. And I'm like saying he got a lot of doggone nerves when this man has been scandalous from the time he got on the pulpit. That's the way I look at it. He's been scandalous from the time he got on the pulpit. If you follow up with Jamal Bryant and you're following him, then he's going to lead you to hell, okay? Because Jamal Bryant done a lot of stuff similar to what they're accusing Robert Sylvester Kelly of. And I'm going to keep it real, okay? Yes. Pimping on the pulpit. And people just keep making excuses, man of God, this, that. He ain't no man of God. He's about himself. He ain't even about God. He's misleading God's people. And I'm just going to say it, okay? I still believe, pastors, if you're going to stand up against the wall and if you're going to be in leadership like that, spiritual leadership, you should conduct yourself in a certain way. Control yourself in a certain way. Okay? This man done been with Tweet. From the R&B song singer's Tweet, okay, he been with her, did some messed up things to her. Hello. And then on top of that, this man done got a young girl pregnant in his congregation. Hello. But he's your pastor. He's leading your soul to Christ. I could see if he done all that things before, just like I said about Eddie Kane, God bless his soul or wherever he's at, I don't know, but his death it went so like the man suffered with cancer, they said. He died of a battle with cancer, but I don't really want to talk ill about the dead. But I'm just saying, Jamal Bryant, since he's alive, I could talk about him. He could snap back if he wants to. But I just know my word. And I follow Christ, not man. Just letting it be known. And that's why I'm speaking freely with my mind about this man that's been misleading a lot of souls to hell out there in Lithonia, Georgia. A man that was raised up in the Methodist Church, Black Methodist Church, by his father, who was John Bryant, who was a bishop in the Methodist Church as well. And he knows the moral standard, okay? Especially when you take a calling like that and being a God and being on the cloth and everything. I'm not saying you're going to be 100% perfect, but if you follow Christ and you really about that word and everything, you wouldn't be doing all that stuff in that calling that you have. I'm just saying, if that's your calling, to be a man, to walk as a man of the cloth, certain things are just so forbidden. Okay? That's why God, I hate to say, put this COVID-19, coronavirus, whatever, shut down these churches, because a lot of these ministries out here are misleading souls to hell. Okay? They're not really truly practicing real biblical principles. They making up laws as they just making up things. They just go with anything. See, the thing with Christ is that he fought against some of the things the government was putting on the people's back. That's why when you go into the book of Genesis, I believe this is the book of Genesis, or was it the book of Isaiah? Unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government should be upon his shoulders, and he should be called Counselor, Wonderful, and all that other good stuff, because he fought against some of the laws and the rules that these people were making, but wasn't living it for themselves. They want to control you to live a certain way, but they not living that way. And that's what that was all about. And that's who Christ was. He was like, he came up in because he was Hebrew, he was Jewish, and he came up in the Jewish temple. And he said to the people and everything, he challenged them, and they hated him for that. They hated him for coming with the truth and calling them out for who they were. That's why they wanted to take his life. The same way the government, this is what they do. When people don't want to be caught up in, they want to tell you what to do, but they don't want to take their own advice of what they're doing. And that's the way I feel about Janelle Bryan. I'm sorry. I just feel he's misleading a lot of people. That's why I tell people don't get caught up with the man in the pulpit. Get caught up in the word of God. Don't follow man. Follow the word of God. I can see R. Kelly's spirit. I know where his soul is leading. He knows he's a sinner. He knows he's done some things maybe that wasn't pleasing in the sight of God. But he comes to God and he calls it out every time that he done something wrong. He pleads with that word. He pleads to the Lord. He falls to the throne of grace. That's why he ain't these people. They got him locked up in there because he's challenging them. They lie. They making up lies as they go. They making up laws as they go along, just to prove themselves wrong and don't want to come to the truth. I mean, prove themselves right and don't want to come to the truth. Because they know they ain't got nothing on that man to be holding that man all this time without any bail or any bond. Took his passport, so he won't leave the country. How you gonna leave the country when they got his passport and all this shit is out there about him? How the fuck he leaving the country? Come the fuck on. Yeah, I'm gonna get a little cussy here. But come the fuck on, we ain't stupid. And those of us who are woke, and those of us who are paying attention, and those who've been sitting on platform day in and day out, just keeping everybody abreast of all that's been taking place against this man and what's going on again, the injustice against this man. God bless you. You will be blessed. Your children be blessed. Your household be blessed. You never go hungry. The devil can't do nothing to you because you taking a stand against the injustice being done to this man's life. Okay? They know they got nothing on this man. This man has not committed any crime. This man has not held anybody hostage or against their will. He didn't go out there looking for teenagers that they saying he's been with and doing these things to these young women or whatever like that. Parents brought him to him, and these people that worked under the name of R. Kelly, his entertainment name or whatever, were out there doing these things. Not him. Okay? Not him. They did this on behalf, saying they were doing it for R. Kelly, but they were doing it for themselves, okay? For themselves. But they want to put it on him. These people are fucking lying, okay? And they've been lying from the time they started with that damn docu-series bullshit. Jealousy and the evil that they try to plot against this man, sitting in high places, wickedness, greed, power, and money, scandalous. They just all fucking wicked. And if you're looking at every last one of their backgrounds, they've been doing wrong themselves. And they've been breaking a whole lot of fucking laws. And they breaking laws even trying to uphold the law. Fuck them. You know? God got this. Father, I know my mouth is being dirty and it's not being clean right now, but you understand where I'm coming from in the place of my heart. That's all I'm going to say. I wish I could really stay on this live a lot longer with you because I really want to interact with you all. I want to see your comments in the chat. If you are in the chat, I am going to look at your comments and I may reply back to you. And if not, then, forgive me for that. I just wanted to have this conversation, this chat on love and marriage. What is the appropriate age for a young woman to want to really settle her life? On the fact that she's 21, I don't think so. I think a woman should wait until she's 30 to settle and have a life. And even if she want to have her first child, I think in the marriage, I think she should wait at least a couple of years before she even start her family. Give herself 2-3 years. Check her health out. Stay healthy. Make sure you are able to reproduce, because there are women that do have issues like that do have problems with reproduction issues. So stay on top of your GYN appointments and getting your body checked out and getting those woman parts of you checked out so you know what you can and cannot do. Eat healthy, exercise, and don't do crazy exercises that might tear certain things in your body. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about. And thank you, Blockbender TV, for sharing that conversation about women competing with men boy children in sports. I don't think that's right because men were built for sports. Men was built to be gladiators, and their bodies were made like that through the Lord. And women, we were not built like that. There are certain things in our bodies that we can't do that men can do that will cause problems with us later on. Now these bisexual, transgender, whatever women they are, may can do those transgender maybe women can do that, but because they still men regardless to the fact that they want to change their gender to being women, but they could probably do that with men men children and compete with them. But I don't think any male should compete with a female, a real natural born female in any sports. Because this man gonna outbeat a woman in that anyway. Even in, I don't care if he's a homosexual man, if he get in a fight with a woman, he gonna beat her ass. It is what it is. It's simple fact because he's still a man and he still got more muscle than she do. And men were just built that way. So don't let the devil lie to you, okay? And whoever pushing that agenda, they need to stop the bullshit. God gonna deal with whoever that person is. Trust me, all of them that make up this bullshit, that's trying to outdo God nature. God is God. He gonna let you know he's God. And he is going to deal with your wickedness. And that's why God turned them over to whoever they are. And it's biblical. I ain't got to be quiet for what I'm saying because I'm saying the truth here, and God got me. God got me. It's the truth. Okay? They need to stop pushing this agenda out there to these mothers and these parents. You need to take a stand when you have children and people putting these things on your kids. See, I don't have children I gave biologically a birth to, but I just know the truth is the truth, and it's in God's word when he gave you to be a man and he brought you to be a woman. And yes, some people have some problems with their hormones and they need to go to the doctor and get that shit fixed because there is science to fix that shit. If you were born with a penis, you are a fucking man, and ain't nothing shouldn't change that. And if you're having some reproduction issues as a female, then maybe you need to go to a doctor that can fix that shit for you too. Maybe there's a tumor somewhere, maybe you got something on your pituitary that's causing problems with your reproduction. Okay, get your shit checked out. That's all I got to say. You know, all this like loving on man and men loving on each other and women loving on each other and all this other bullshit. Oh, Jesus. Lord have mercy. We living in a crazy goddamn world, but we as God's people gonna make it right. Gotta go. On that note, I wish I could have, like I said, stayed here and chat with you a little longer, but your girl KC McDaniel, I'm out. You all have a blessed and wonderful Thursday evening. I don't know if this is live, if I have to upload it on Friday. You might get this message on Friday. I don't know. But right now, today is Thursday, and I just wanted to come and chit-chat with you all and just get some things off my chest. Love you. Be blessed. Peace.